Hi everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. Today I'm at Jimmy Grande Ford. This is the 2022 Ford Maverick, and of the three trim levels available, XL, XLT, and Lariat, we're going to take a look obviously at the XLT trim level. The exterior color on this model is cactus gray. I don't know if I've ever seen a gray cactus before, but maybe they do exist. And the interior color, something we'll take a closer look at shortly, is black onyx with medium dark slate. 225/65 tires wrapped around 17-inch wheels is what you will find at all four corners. Let's talk a little bit about engine options. Under the hood of this particular model is the hybrid powertrain. This is going to be the standard engine that's going to come in this model. Combination really of the 2.5-liter four-cylinder mated to the electric motor. Power makes its way to the ground via front-wheel drive through a continuously variable CVT or one-speed transmission, single-speed transmission. Horsepower numbers on this particular model come in at 191, but there is the 2-liter turbocharged four-cylinder that jumps horsepower up to 250. So the advantage here, if you're looking to save gas, maybe have a long commute to and from work or whatever it is you may be doing on a regular basis, here are the gas numbers. 42 miles per gallon city, 33 out on the highway, and a combined total of 37. And one thing I have to say I like here, being a gearhead, and the fact that yes, I'm going to open the hood on my vehicle, could be for a lot of different reasons, but when I get ready to do that, see how it says 2 times right here? When you pull that 2 times, you don't have to look for any kind of a hood release on this truck. All you do is lift up on the hood. Of course, you're going to have the power side view mirrors, no turn signal indicator built in on this trim level. But one thing I like to point out, make sure you go into your infotainment system and program the keypad right here. If you ever need to get in and you don't have access to your keys, or maybe they're locked inside or whatever, maybe you want to go jogging and leave the keys in the vehicle, this will come in handy. No matter what, always do that. And let's talk about something that might surprise a lot of people. Payload and towing numbers. Maybe not so much on the payload end, as it's 1,500 pounds across the board, but towing starts at 2,000 pounds. However, when properly equipped, this compact truck can tow up to 4,000 pounds. And of course, as you can see, lots of tie downs located within the bed right here. Not necessarily a large bed, but you know, these trucks are really for people who don't necessarily want to have a full-size truck or even a mid-size truck, but still want the functionality of a truck to a degree. Going to have a decent ride quality, better than what you'll get with full-size trucks or mid-size trucks. One thing about these Mavericks, for the purist out there who likes to keep things as simple as possible, the interior of these trucks is very basic. Not a whole lot here. As you can see, you do have the orange contrast right here. That gives kind of a nice look there. You don't have a full handle right here to grab onto that goes all the way across, but I'm sure everyone will get used to that to close the doors. So you're not going to have a lot of bells and whistles back here, of course. Not necessarily a bad thing because, well, some people like that. I'm going to lift that up one-handed, a little hard to do, but there is everything that the truck will come with. You've got the funnel right there to actually fill the gas tank if you ever need to. Put that in there, and that makes that process a whole lot easier. There are cup holders, of course, back here built into the armrest, and a 12-volt power outlet that, if so desired, well, you could put an adapter in there and convert that to a USB port. One map pocket located on the passenger seat, the back of the passenger seat, but that's basically about all you have there. But you do have a conventional size sunroof in this Maverick. And just taking a quick look in through the passenger side door into the front seat, as you can see, a pretty decent size door bin right there. More of that orange that really runs throughout the vehicle, as you can see, even onto the air conditioning vents, into the center console. Comfortable seating here. This is cloth seating, but still very comfortable, easy to maintain. A conventional size glove box, pretty large for this vehicle. And just a quick look at the console and everything that we have here, and a quick look into the center console itself, just to show you what's here. And looking in through the driver's side door, pretty much the same thing we saw on the passenger side, with the exception of the adjustments for mirrors, child safety locks, all that good stuff. You do, of course, have the controls for all the lighting around the vehicle, as you can see right there. And the steering wheel is adjustable, tilt and telescopically. You just move that lever down and you're ready to go. And just so you can see everything come to life here on this truck, here's what the instrument cluster looks like. Of course, you're going to have that seldom used blinker lever right there, but the owner optioned it in on this vehicle, so they obviously plan to use it. You can also see that you can tell whose seat belt is on or off right there. Steering wheel mounted controls, easy to figure out. It really is. And of course, something you have here is going to be a little bit of storage right above the infotainment screen. And while I said that this truck really may not have the most bells and whistles and technology on it, it's really kind of base. You do have an infotainment screen here with quite a few different features, but still not too much. So depending on what you want or maybe don't want on your vehicle, this might turn out to be a really useful thing. Of course, easy to figure out what all is here with the controls for the volume and tuning the radio. And that orange continues through these air conditioning vents. The controls for the air conditioning, going to be single zone climate control, but not a bad thing here. USB ports are found here for the front seat, as you can see. A little bit of storage right here, more of that orange. We really took a look at that earlier. And the rotary gear shift right here for controlling the transmission. In fact, I'm going to put that into reverse. Here is the rear view camera. And if you want to zoom in, you obviously can right there. Not a whole lot going on, but that's okay. And if you're going to be doing some towing, that's what that L is for right there. You go into drive and then you can push that L. That actually is going to change the way that the CVT works and how the truck can tow. Simple things to figure out, really, but I just wanted to show you, of course, power parking brake right here, and other features such as turning off the auto stop start feature, something I always like to do, and your cup holders. And what about driving the Maverick? It's kind of funny that when you think about the Maverick of the past, the compact car that Ford used to have, well, it's kind of funny that now it's a compact truck. Probably going to see more and more car makers and truck makers changing names to trucks and SUVs. It's kind of interesting, kind of like the Mustang Mach-E, right? But I have to say, driving this Maverick, even though this is the least powerful option available that we have under the hood of our test drive model today, it still gets you down the road with absolutely no problem. Now, obviously, as much as I would like to, there's no way that I can do any towing or put a load of cargo in the bed and see how it gets down the road. I wish I could. Maybe we can do a long-term review at some point in the future. But everything I've experienced so far actually is pretty impressive, if you can call it impressive, of the Maverick. You know, it's definitely a nimble vehicle, easy to maneuver, easy to get around. So if you live in a really large city, a lot of traffic and all that kind of stuff, limited parking, at least limited parking spaces as far as the size goes, well, the Maverick definitely would be a fantastic option. Now, I'm going to drop the hammer here and just, well, as you can see or hear, everything's working pretty hard, but still getting up to highway speed, which on this particular road we're on is 65 miles per hour, at least in this particular area, and having absolutely no trouble getting there. The ride quality is good. You might not think it to be that way, but it's definitely better than a full-size truck. It's better than the F-150, better than the Ranger. And not that those are terribly uncomfortable, but this rides a little bit more car-like after all, or maybe I should say SUV-like maybe, I don't know. Which one do we use there? After all, the platform for this model is the Ford Escape. So you're pretty much going to get the same thing that you would out of the Escape. Overall, I must say, Ford has done a good job here. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Maverick sells. But I like the position right here. You really don't have a terrible blind spot when you look over your right shoulder to see what's there. Let's see how we do over the bridge right here. Actually, that tells me a lot. That's the roughest part of the test drive route here, at least in this particular area where we're filming the video today. If I can keep from stuttering, it might sound a little bit better. Out of all the trucks that I've driven over this road, over those bumps back there, over that bridge, the Maverick took it better than any I've ever done. So there's your answer for ride quality. If you're looking for a small truck that has the capabilities and versatility of a truck, but you don't need the full-size capabilities as far as payload and towing goes, it has a decent amount of interior space and it's, well, pretty versatile. So tell me down in the comments section if you plan to buy a Ford Maverick. What trim level, what color, and what engine combination do you want under the hood? I gotta say a special thanks to my friends here at Jimmy Grande Ford in Stonewall, Louisiana for loaning me this truck for the day, and all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out another of the videos that is on the screen right now, and I will see you there.